I can take the dick off the table based upon my standard. You aren't gonna get hold of this dick if you ain't being the woman I need you to be. You need to realize that you need to cook, clean. You gotta understand that you're not the only woman. And if you can accept that, that's fine. That's just the beginning, because you gotta work hard for me, because I work hard for me. So that means if you get with me, it's not gonna be easy street, because I need to be satisfied, because it ain't no happy wife, happy life bullshit. It's happy Steve, happy Steve.
Being strong with self, understanding who you are, is the biggest defense to bitch ass weak men.
And there's no excuses for the men not to be strong. But see, there's so many forces, and then so many men are embracing weakness.
I can't stand weak men. Like I don't like to talk to them. It's hard for me to talk to these losers. I've always been a winner at the winner's table.
You know, I believe it's a sin to impregnate a woman who can't raise a child, you know, or impregnate a woman who's not fit to be a mother. And I think we have a responsibility in what we see today in these weak ass little feminine boys.
I can't tell another man what to do, but I can't dress feminine. I can't wear nail polish. It's just something that I can't do. Why? Because if I'm walking down the street and somebody's having trouble with a flat tire, I want them to feel that they can come to me and ask me, hey man, could you help me out with this? Because those are the type of things that a man will help out with. So I need to look like a man so they can know where to come for help.
Yeah, it is such a thing as toxic masculinity in the minds of bitch ass motherfuckers.
Talk about masculinity, assertiveness, authenticity, transparency. How can a guy who's straight up and honest with what he does be toxic?
If the media can train you to think something bad about it, you hear the word and you want to instantly have a certain reaction. You stop thinking, you start feeling. And when people learn to think and feel and not think through their feelings, that's when they can evaluate a person holistically. And they can say, is this toxic masculinity, or did I just hear something I didn't like? And why did I not like it? And only let me go within myself to see why.
I don't never look at no motherfucker and say, oh, that's a toxic masculine motherfucker. I never ever had, I didn't even know. That was an invented concept from a weak motherfucker that was like, I'm just tired of this motherfucker trying to tell me what to do and bully you over me with this bullshit.
What's going to make you successful is just understanding who you are and getting your mind right and being happy with who you are. That is the thing that's going to really make you successful. Because after you get all the toys, after you get all these things going on, you've had sex with all the women you want to have sex with, you traveled all the places, you're still going to be you, and you're going to always come back to you.
Why do I do this? Why are we even doing this documentary? I want guys to be in the best position possible. There's no way that I'm raising my voice or calling you a bitch ass nigga because I'm trying to hurt your feelings. I'm calling you a bitch ass nigga because you're doing bitch ass nigga shit. And if you continue doing bitch ass nigga shit, you're going to end up in bitch ass nigga situations. You get what I'm saying? So when I call you a bitch ass nigga, trust me, it's because I love you.
Game Kings 2, The Definition of Man, is out right now. Click the link below or go straight to masculineidentity.com to get your copy today. Still ain't getting women? Really? Come on, son. You need to go to badboymembership.com and step up your game. What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I'm telling you that if you really want to attract beautiful women, you need to go to badboymembership.com. This is where you get 45 through 90-minute step-by-step dating advice tutorials every month. Just sign up, follow the advice, and you'll get the women you want. Go to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com. It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I want to tell you about my documentary, Game Kings, The Definition of Game, starring myself, the Boss Mac Top Soil, Rosebud, Ron Wills, Miles Cunningham, and much more. In this documentary, you're going to learn about confidence, manhood, attracting women, and the definition of the game. To get this documentary, go to MrLocario.com.
Some people think you need a sports car to get what you want. Some people think you need $1 million. Some people think you need looks, status. The only thing you need is what they can't get unless they come straight to you. And that's your identity. Join the Masculine Identity membership today. MasculineIdentityMembership.com. Masculine Identity Soap. This luxurious, quality, high lather, high moisturizing, all natural bar soap has been handcrafted with care and consistency to provide a quality cleansing experience for self-care, focus, and productivity. Specially formulated for cold showers. Stay clean, gentlemen. Masculine Identity Soap.
Click the links below to get private one-on-one coaching sessions with Mr. Locario or Miles Cunningham to step up your game. These coaching sessions are designed to help you with your specific needs in the dating game. So make sure you click the links below right now so that you can step up your game today. Yo, we here. What's popping? What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the motherfucking dating game. We here. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to my lovely lady, April MC in the building. Shout out to my lovely lady, April MC in the building. Shout out to Armani Nelson. Shout out to Unique 79 in the building. Shout out to, who else we got up here? Spirit of Elijah in the building. Shout out to June Sports, Scales Fitness, Jay Bizzle. Phoenix is in the building. Mark Tavius, Mike Chain, what's going on? Nick Morrison, Studio Horror Music in the building. Real King, what's going on? Who else we got up in here? Shout out to Ludway in the building. Shout out to you, fam. Appreciate you being here. PPR is up in the building. What's going on with you? So shout out to you. So today, guys, we're going to be talking about looks versus game. Okay. Now, the reason why I even, made this topic is because I see this all the time where guys try to separate looks and game. So they're like, is it your looks or is it your game? Or if you look good, do you need game? And you don't need game if you look good. All of this dumb shit. And what you got to understand is that everything falls under the game, right? But before we get into all that though, because I'm going to break all this down so that people understand what's going on, make sure that you guys go to CunninghamElements.com. Go to CunninghamElements.com. Get the Masculine Identity Parfum. Get the soap. Get the shea butter. Get all that shit, man. Go to CunninghamElements.com right now so that you guys can get the elements right here. I'm telling you, it's fire. Stop playing out here in these streets. Also, make sure you guys go to shoplocario.com. Make sure you guys go get this online dating consultation with myself and April. Make sure you guys do that and get that shit cracking. You feel what I'm saying? Make sure you guys do that. Also, make sure you guys get the massive game collection. Go to shoplocario.com to get that going. You feel what I'm saying? Make sure you guys do that.
Just do it.
And also, make sure that you guys go and get Master the Vetting Process at shoplocario.com so you guys know how to vet women correctly to get shit going out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys do that.
Just do it.
You feel me? Now, also, make sure that you guys go to badboymembership.com where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month. Also, make sure you guys go to MasculineIdentityMembership.com to join the Masculine Identity Membership so you can get on the Zoom calls with Miles so you can learn about your masculine identity and step up your game. You feel what I'm saying? Also, last but not least, make sure that you guys go to this joint right here. Hold on. Let's go here to patreon.com to check out the Bad Boy Show. To check out the Bad Boy Show. You can check out all the Bad Boy Show episodes. We do a show every week. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure you guys do that. Get on the Bad Boy Show, patreon.com/Mr. Locario, patreon.com/Mr. Locario to get that going. All right. So let's jump into this. And guys, call the numbers 844-672-7300, 844-672-7300 is the number. So you guys can call up and get that going now. All right. So now let's get into this. So I titled this Looks versus Game. Nope. They're the same goddamn thing. Now, let me break this down for all the people who don't know. So what a lot of guys don't understand is that everything falls under game. So you can't separate your looks from game. It's impossible, right? So what you have to understand is that game is the strategy, the skill to get what you want on your terms. That's what having game is, right? What you have to understand about game is that game encompasses all of life. So when we talk about having game, it's having that skill or strategy to get what you want on your terms in this life, right? Now, what happens is that when you are dealing with women and you encounter women, a woman, when she's interacting with you, right? What's happening is that she's experiencing the entire you. She's not just experiencing how you look, right? That's not how it works. Because what happens is that you are not just in a fucking, like capsule or some see-through glass where a woman just stands there and looks at you all day and that's the end all be all, right? Even if you're on an online dating site, right? With the online dating sites, you have the pictures, you have the bio, and then you also have to send the messages in order to entice that woman to even want to come and see you, right? So a lot of times guys think that there's a separation between looks and having game, because a lot of guys think having game is just about having a mouthpiece. They think having game is just about personality, right? They think having game has nothing to do with your looks. They think the looks are separate from it. So they believe that if a woman thinks you look good or you're a good looking dude, then you don't need game, because women will just be attracted to you because you look good. So therefore you don't need game. But the problem is that these guys don't understand game. So they think that you don't need game because you look a certain way. But I'm going to break down why that's foolish and that's ridiculous, right? What you have to understand is the reason why I say that it's all the same thing is because based on your look, right? Based on how you look, you're going to attract certain women based on how you look. Now, if you are attracting a woman based on how you look, you still need that woman to be able to submit to you, which means that even if a woman thinks you are handsome, cute, fine, or whatever it is like that, and she's drawn to you because of that, and let's say she is open to conversation because of that. Let's say she's open to having a conversation with you, talking with you because she likes the way you look, right? You still have to find out if you and that woman are compatible in order for anything to go down. You understand what I'm saying? This is why a lot of times you hear shit like a woman say the guy's cute until he opened his mouth. This is why you have things like handsome man game. This is why you have guys saying, oh, women said I'm handsome, but I still have trouble getting girls and all this other shit. And it's because they're trying to separate the looks and the game when they don't realize that the looks is part of the game. Because what happens is that if you have any self-awareness, which means you have game, is that what you were supposed to do with your looks, right, is you were supposed to use your looks to your advantage to find the women who are attracted to you because of that. This is what a lot of guys don't understand. So, for example, let's say a woman is attracted to me because of my look. That gets her attention because of my look. She looks at me. She likes dark-skinned guys who are, kind of muscular or whatever it is like that, with pink lips or whatever the fuck it is, right? So my look gets her attention. Now that my look got her attention, right? And let's say I realize that my look got her attention, and then I go over and talk to her, she might be interested in talking to me and interacting with me because of my look. Now, if she thinks I'm handsome, fine, or whatever the fuck it is, right? When me and her have this conversation and interaction, I'm going to see if this woman is really about what I'm trying to do. Are we on the same page? Are we compatible, as far as, are we going to really get along to the point where she's going to go my direction, right? We have to see if that's feasible, right? Now, on top of that, if me and this woman end up having sex, we have to see if we're sexually compatible, right? So there's so many layers that come to what's going on. It's not just about you not having game because you look a certain way. Because what happens is that there could be a woman who's not even into my look, right? But she's still sexually attracted to me. She still wants to have a conversation with me. Because just because a woman isn't into your look doesn't mean that she is, unattracted to you. Like she's like, oh, I'm totally not attracted to this guy because this guy doesn't have the look I prefer. Do you understand what I'm saying? But again, a lot of guys who don't understand game, because they're surface level, what they do is that they think, oh, well, all you have to do is look a certain way to get women's attention. And once you get a woman's attention, everything just falls into place. And what I'm trying to tell you guys is that is not true. That is not how it works. Now, understand this. When you have game, you are going to look good. I'm going to say that again. I've talked about this before. When you have game, you are going to look good, right? I didn't say you're going to be good looking. I said you're going to look good. You understand? There's a difference. See, being good looking is that woman's perception of you. It's her opinion of you. Right? Looking good means that you chose to make sure that you're looking good. So what happens is that when you choose to look good, then you're going to be interacting with women who are going to think that you look good and who think you're good looking. Right? So what I'm saying is that when you have game, you love yourself. If you love yourself, you're not going to allow yourself to not look good. So if you love yourself, you're going to look good, meaning you're going to take care of yourself to make sure you look good. This is what I'm talking about when we're talking about the whole looks thing, is that you having game means that you are automatically going to look good. Because if you don't look good, that means you got weak game. You have no game. So basically it's like this. You have game, you're going to look good. You don't have game, you're not going to look good. There's no way you can have game and not look good. It's impossible. I'm going to say it again. You can't have game and not look good. It is impossible. Now, let's take this a step further. Let's take this to being good looking. Do you realize that if you have eyes, a nose, and a mouth and ears in the same place as everyone else, you are good looking to some women? Isn't that amazing? So what happens is that based on how you look, you have a look that is good looking to a certain amount of women. So imagine you have games so you look good. Then on top of that, you are good looking to a certain amount of women. So what you do is that you use the combination of that to attract. And then once you attract, what happens is that you maintain the attraction by being the guy behind the looks. It's real simple. See, because if the guy behind the looks is a loser, then guess what? You're going to fuck up. If the guy behind the looks isn't confident, guess what? You're not going to be attractive. You understand what I'm saying? If the guy behind the looks doesn't have a mouthpiece, right? Doesn't think he's the shit, doesn't value himself, then what's going to happen is that he's going to have a hard time in these dating streets. He's going to have a hard fucking time. So the problem is that when you don't understand game, you think that the game is about women, which is why you try to separate looks and game, because you think if a woman is checking you out or giving you attention based on your looks, then that means that you have her. You understand what I'm saying? This is why dudes are so caught up on the videos of dudes in the street, your boy King 68 the Great. They're like, oh my God, look, he just stands there and women are coming up to him because they think he look good, right? So dudes get caught up in that bullshit, and dudes get caught up in thinking that there's a difference between looks and game. And see, when you think this way, you're definitely going to lose. You understand what I'm saying? You're going to lose, because what's going to happen is that if you think there's a difference between looks and game, and you think that if you have good looks or you look good that you don't need game, then you're going to find out quickly why you need game. You understand what I'm saying? See, a lot of guys, what happens is this. When they don't have game and they think it's all about looks, and if they think they're good looking, they find out quickly why they need game. This is why, again, the handsome man game videos exist. They wouldn't exist if it was all about being good looking. You understand what I'm saying? It wouldn't exist. Why would you need a handsome man game video if all you needed was looks and you don't need game? You understand what I'm saying? That's the ridiculousness of it. But guys, if you want to call up, the call-in number is 844-672-7300, 844-672-7300 is the number. So guys, call up and get that shit cracking. You feel what I'm saying? Let me put this joint on real quick. There we go. So yeah, guys, call up. If you have a question, put a Q in the chat and we will get to your question. You feel what I'm saying? So we can make that happen. Now, the reason why I'm saying that you can't separate looks from game is because your looks, right, is a thing that you can use to attract the women on the surface. Shout out to Ron Wills. This is why Ron Wills talks about body game. He talks about the bait. You understand what I'm saying? He talks about the bait. So you can use the bait to attract. But what's going to happen is that there's more layers to attraction. There's more layers to interaction. You understand? And see, I can tell the type of guys who don't go out and talk to women, because if you actually went out, talked to women, dealt with women, interacted with women, what you realize is that there are certain things that need to happen in order for something to be consistent, in order for action to be taken, in order for things to move from point A to point Z. So when you think it's just about looks, what you're not taking into account is, how does this good-looking guy get this woman to want to fuck him or want to date him or want to be with him long term? You understand what I'm saying? How does all this happen if it's just all about looks? Because a lot of guys think if a woman thinks you look good, that's all he has to do, and then the woman is smitten. Oh, she just wants to, everything is all good. But what you don't take into account is that no matter how good you think you look, there are other women who don't think you look good. No matter how good you think you look, there are other guys who women think look better than you. No matter how good you think you look, women are used to dealing with guys who look just as good as you. So what happens is that this thing that you thought made you stand out, which is your looks, really makes you average. See, this is what happens when you coast on looks. When you coast on looks, you become average. When you try to, for example, I saw a video where dudes were talking about, looks maxing versus game. You understand what I'm saying? And so dudes are talking about, well, if I looks max, right, then that's the end all be all. I don't need any game. But what happens is that makes you average, because no matter how you look, there's a bunch of other niggas who look just like you that she can get access to. A bunch of guys who she thinks looks better than you that she can get access to. So it all fucking cancels out. It's what a lot of guys don't understand. See, when you have game, what you do is that you use your looks to your advantage. You understand what I'm saying? You're supposed to use your looks to your advantage. You understand? So what that means is this. If you're interacting with women and you find women who think you're handsome, cute, whatever, and you can tell that you get their attention based on your looks, then you use that to your advantage. But this is the thing though. If your game is weak, that's actually going to be a disadvantage. Follow what I'm saying? So I'm saying you're supposed to use your looks to your advantage. But if you don't have game, what's going to happen is if a girl thinks you look good, it's going to be a disadvantage to you because you don't know how to use your looks to your advantage. You understand what I'm saying? And so what will happen is that the girl is attracted to you up front on the surface, but then because you don't know how to use your looks to your advantage, then what's going to happen is that you're going to be in situations where women are quickly going to find you unattractive. You understand what I'm saying? They're going to find you unattractive, even though at first they thought you was handsome, fine, or whatever the fuck it is. Because the look can only take you so far. Because what happens is that the woman has to combine the looks with how she feels about you overall. You understand? Just like if a woman likes your personality, she has to combine the personality with how she feels about you overall. And this is what a lot of these guys don't understand. So the problem is that when you don't understand this, you become a guy who makes a lot of mistakes, a guy who becomes more insecure because you thought all I had to do was looks max, all I had to do was go in the gym, all I had to do was, get these muscles or whatever it was, and everything was supposed to fall into place. And then when you realize that it doesn't, you're confused. See, let me tell you guys something. When I coach guys, I get, a lot of dudes who hit me up for the, the Skype calls, or Skype's not there anymore, but, the Teams calls, and we do the coaching. And there's a lot of guys that some of y'all would consider Chad or Tyrone's having problems. Why? Because most of these dudes get caught up because they use their looks to coast. And this happens all the time. I see this shit happening all the fucking time. It's like clockwork. Because what happens is this. Guys get gassed thinking that they are desirable because women think they look good. So guys think they're sexually desirable. Guys think that they're desirable as far as being in a relationship is concerned because women have said they're good looking. You understand what I'm saying? But the problem is that the woman doesn't really desire you just because you're good looking. You understand what I'm saying? See, her desiring you and you being good looking to her, right? So it goes hand in hand, meaning that if a woman says you're good looking, or she says that you're fine, or she says that you're a cute guy or handsome or whatever adjective you want to use to describe you, right? What she's essentially saying is that I'm talking about what I see. Follow what I'm saying? If a woman says you're cute, handsome, fine, all of that type of stuff, she is talking about what she sees. But for her to desire you, for her to get her pussy wet, you understand what I'm saying? That means that she is talking about how she feels. See, this is the difference that you guys don't understand. So a woman can think you're handsome, but what happens is that in order for her to desire you, she has to feel. And in most cases, your looks are not going to make her feel. You understand what I'm saying? See, it's like this. It's like if somebody saw some food that looked good, they're like, that food right there looks good. But they have to taste it. And once they put it in their mouth, pause, they're like, oh my God, this is so fucking good. Like, I like how eating this makes me feel. It's the feeling I get engaging with this way. Now, over there, it looked good, but I still had to eat it in order to feel. It's the same thing when it comes to looks. See, you use your looks to your advantage. That woman likes the way I look. Now, how do I get her to feel me? What do I do in these situations for women to actually feel me? You see what I'm saying? And see, a lot of guys don't know how to do this. A lot of guys are still stuck on the choosing signals. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of guys are stuck on I want the woman to approach me. A lot of guys are stuck on, oh, she's looking at me. That means nothing. It means nothing. Just like if you were to see that food and it looks good, but you tasted it and it tasted like shit, you stop eating it. Matter of fact, it'll make you feel horrible. Oh, you spit that shit out. It's the same thing with looks. And this is why you can't separate looks from game. Because it's all a part of the same fucking thing. You understand what I'm saying? But let me see what some of these questions are saying right here. It says, when you're good looking, you don't have to do much. Oh. Yo, it's guys, this is so frustrating. This is so frustrating. Like, y'all have no idea how frustrating this is. Let me try to explain it to you. See, some of y'all are too young to remember this, but there was a cartoon. And in the cartoon, this guy finds a frog who can sing. You understand? He found a frog that can sing. So he was like, oh, I'm going to take this frog and make a lot of money because I'm going to show people that it can sing and I'm going to pay them to watch this frog sing. So every time when he was with the frog would sing. And then every time he tried to show people that the frog could sing, the frog would just ribbit and won't sing. So he's the only one that could see the frog sing. That's how I feel sometimes. I'm the only one that can see this. You understand? Or I'll say me, Miles, K. Zaggin, 1950, Steve, King Dre, EO, Boss Mac, Mr. Justin. We're the ones that can see it. We can see the frog singing. Y'all can't. It's just crazy. And it's very frustrating. You see what I'm saying? Because when dude says, when you're good looking, you don't have to do much. No, you always have to do a lot. Do you guys not understand that as a man, you're always on? Do you guys not understand that? Okay, check this out, right? So if you're dealing with a woman, right? There's a lot of things you're doing all at one time. You're leading, you're guiding, you're paying attention to how she's responding to you. You're making sure that she's cooperating. If she's not cooperating, you got to charge it to the game, right? If you're having sex, you got to make sure you're protecting yourself, watching the condom go in and out, making sure the condom don't slip off. When you are dealing with women, you're looking for those little micro fucking aggression type of energies that they're putting out to make sure that the chick ain't on some bullshit. What does that have to do with you being good looking? What does that have to do with you being good looking? And that's just the tip of the iceberg. I ain't even get into all the other shit. You understand what I'm saying? But again, this idea that if you're good looking, you don't have to do much is bullshit. Because check this out. If that's the case, then why is it that the handsome man game videos are guys complaining about the shit that the other guys also have to do? Think about that. If you don't have to do much because you're good looking, how come on the handsome man game videos, they're having the same trouble as the other guys that don't consider themselves handsome? Isn't that interesting? Because if you didn't have to do much, the handsome man game videos would just be like, hey guys, just wake up and walk outside. That's it. Hey guys, this is handsome man game video number 27. All you have to do is wake up, brush your teeth, and be handsome. The end. So if you don't have to do much, how come the handsome man game videos, they complain about the same shit that guys who would consider themselves not handsome complaining about? You see what I'm saying? But again, says, how do you test for cooperation? You give a woman instructions. That's how you test. But see, what happens is that a lot of guys are scared to give a woman instructions because they're scared that the woman is not going to follow them. You understand what I'm saying? And they're scared the woman's going to say no. They're scared the woman is not going to fuck with them. And so they're scared to, test for cooperation because they feel like if she doesn't cooperate, that they're still going to chase her. You understand what I'm saying? That's what they do. They're like, well, shit, I know she ain't cooperating, but fuck, she bad though. Like I still want to, you know what I'm saying? That's what these guys be thinking. So what comes after the vetting process? Once she's your girlfriend, do you what? You gotta rephrase the question. Oh, he said once you make her your girlfriend, is there more? Yes, you gotta still maintain the situation. So when you're vetting a woman and she wants your girlfriend, right? What happens is you've essentially taught her how to be in a relationship with you. Then once you taught her how to be in a relationship with you, then you have to maintain that situation, right? There still has to be maintenance. You understand? Shout out to my dude Cambo in the building. Exactly. You still got to date the chick. You still got to date your girl. You still got to, show up. You got to be consistent, all that other shit. You still got to lead every day. You still got to just maintain the situation. That's it. It's not that complicated. It says, I think with the looks, money, status advice, guys are thinking they can cast a wider net working on those things. Does it make sense to try to aim for having mass appeal? Well, that's what I'm saying. You can't. Okay, listen. You can't have mass appeal, right, by being average. See, when you're focusing on your looks, money, and status, you're average. You guys not understand this? Because what you got to understand is that that's surface level things. Okay, let's break it down. You work on your looks, right? Your looks max, your gym max. You go to the gym, you get fit. You're working on your whatever. I don't know what these looks maxes work on. Their fucking jawline or chin. I don't know what the fuck these niggas be doing. But anyway. You work on your looks. Guess what, buddy? You look good. And so do all those other niggas over there. So therefore, you're average. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning that there's nothing different about you than all the other good-looking guys. So when you're on that dating app and you match with that girl and you message her, you're the 56th good-looking nigga that messaged her. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, so what's different about you than the rest of them? Nothing. You're average. You understand what I'm saying? let's talk about your money. You have money. Whoop-de-doo on some Young Thug shit. You understand what I'm saying? How many niggas have money? Are you the only one in the world who has money? Matter of fact, how many motherfuckers have more money than you? Right? So you have money, he has money, he has money, he has money. Congratulations, you're average. You understand what I'm saying? Now, when we talk about status, remember, all status is your positioning, the perception of your positioning in relation to somebody else's position. So you might have a high status, let's say at your job, because you're in a certain position, or a certain status in your friend group, or a certain status in your church group, whatever the fuck it is, right? But what happens is that doesn't necessarily do anything, because you having a certain status in this area does nothing for you in other areas outside of that. Then on top of that, what happens is that your status doesn't make you sexually appealing. You understand? Which means that a woman being attracted to you because of your status isn't strong enough, because the highest form of attraction is sexual attraction, and status is not sexual attraction. You understand? So when we talk about looks, money, and status, you're not casting a wider net, right? You're basically making yourself blend in because you're being average. Just like every other nigga who has looks, money, and status. You understand? The average guy has looks, money, and status. What do we do? Like, do you understand what I'm saying? The average dude has those things. What makes you attractive is what differentiates you from the average dude. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what happens is this. Remember, women have to make choices. And a woman can't choose everybody. So what makes a woman choose you over the next guy? Right? So you look good. What makes her choose you over the next guy who looks good? What makes her choose you over the next guy with money and probably more money than you? What makes the woman choose you, based on your status when other guys have status or even higher status than you? You see what I'm saying? But when you have game, and shout out to my dude, Justin. But when you have game, though, oh my goodness, what happens is that you stand out like a motherfucker. This is what I keep trying to tell you guys. Because check this out. Nobody on the planet can be better looking than you being you. So nobody can look better than you being you. Who can look better being you than you? Nobody. This is what I'm saying. See, the problem is that when you don't understand game, you're trying to blend in with everyone else, and that's why you're losing. You understand? All you guys who are looks maxing, losing. See, understand this, right? You ever notice that when you see people who get plastic surgery, like they even call it, for example, they call it Instagram face, right? Where if you see women, like a lot of women who get plastic surgery end up looking like Kim Kardashian or Lil' Kim, right? They all end up having the same weird looking face. You understand? So all these people are having plastic surgery, even the men, and they're all ending up looking like the same fucking person. Why? Because what happens is that they're taking their individual look and they're fucking with it. And so what happens is that when you take your individual look and you fuck with it, you have no choice but to look like all the other people who took their individual look and fucked with it. So then you all start looking the same. You see what I'm saying? See, there's a deeper reason why they're all looking the same. Because what happens is that when you're taking away that individuality, what happens is that you're basically saying, make me a copy of this. You understand what I'm saying? You're turning yourself into a copy. You're turning yourself into everybody else. You are now average. That's why they all look the same. See, what you got to understand is this, is that how you feel on the inside represents on the outside. So all those people who's getting all this plastic surgery and fucking up their face and doing all this other shit, all of them feel like shit on the inside. That's why they all look the same on the outside. You understand? So the problem is when you hate yourself, what you're going to do is that you're going to do something to show through your physical how much you hate yourself. You understand? Because how you look is supposed to be how you look. You understand what I'm saying? You're supposed to look how you look. All these dudes talking about, oh, well, I want to get jaw surgery and I need to fix my nose and I need to, nigga, you're supposed to look exactly how you're supposed to look. It's supposed to be that way. You're supposed to look different than other motherfuckers. You're not supposed to look like everybody else. Why are you trying to get surgery to look like 1,000 million other motherfuckers? For what? But see, again, because they don't love themselves and they're looking outside themselves for love and validation, that's why they do it. But then what happens is they end up creating themselves to look like everyone else, like an NPC. They look like fucking clones. You understand? They look like fucking clones because all of them on the inside feel the same. Exactly. They want to fit in, and they're definitely fitting in because they're all looking like the fucking same person. You understand what I'm saying? They're all looking like the same person. It's crazy. I'm like, man, let me see if I can find some images. Okay, here we go. Look, let me show you guys real quick. Let's dive into this real quick. Look at this bullshit. Look at this. How many women look like this right now? Like a fucking clone. You understand what I'm saying? Like a goddamn clone. Look at this shit. They're all looking the same. All this Instagram face. And this is the motherfuckers y'all think are baddies. You understand? See, look, The Weeknd making fun of this shit right here. Look at this. Is this the same person? Are these two different women? The fuck is this? You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Like, motherfuckers is out here looking the same. Look at this nigga. Like, what is this? What is this? That shit look horrible. That shit look horrible. What is this? They all look the fucking, what is this? What is this? This is what I'm talking about. The Instagram face. So motherfuckers wanna Let me see some. Let me see if I can find some men with the Instagram face. The men with the this is how all these niggas want to look. They want to look like this. All these niggas want to look like this. That's what all these niggas want to look like. They want to look like this. All these niggas want to look like this.
Yes. Yes.
That's what all these niggas want to look like. All these niggas want to look like this. And then see they fuck with their face and they looking like this. Like what the fuck? What the fuck is this? What is this? What is this weirdo shit? Come on, man. Oh, disgusting. Disgusting. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. He said, Locario got them hunter eyes. Yo, I'm telling you, man, it's like, oh, it's disgusting. I can't, I listen, man. Oh, it's exactly Zac Efron. Oh my God. Hold on. Let's look at, hold on. We gotta, hold on. Oh my God. Hold on. We gotta look at this shit because this shit don't make no fucking sense. We gotta look at this real quick because this shit don't be making no fucking sense. Like your man Zac Efron right here, just fucking with his whole face. Like, look at this. Fucking with his whole face. The whole face. What is this? What is this? Tell me this is AI, please. Nah, that gotta be AI. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. What is this? This is crazy. This is ridiculous. I can't. Yo, this is, oh my God. This is wild. Yeah, everybody want the Instagram face. Everybody want to be out here looking like Zoolander or some shit. It's crazy. Where was we at with the questions? It says we have a strange law in Sweden where you have to ask for consent every little sex act, and if she accuses because I led the sex act, I can be in danger. Your thoughts? Well, this is the thing. I don't know about the laws in Sweden, but what you got to understand is this in general, this is why you have to deal with women who are showing 100% cooperation the entire time that you're dealing with them. I keep trying to tell y'all this. Like, it's very important for y'all to understand how important 100% cooperation is. I mean, from the moment you say hi to the moment she's in the bedroom to after the act is done, all of that shit is supposed to be cooperation all the way through. You understand what I'm saying? All the way through. So the other week I told a married woman at my workplace that her hair looks nice. She smiled and said, "Thank you. Was this good game?" And I will be calling in very soon. Steve DeLine, you got to call in one day, bro. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. All you did was just compliment a woman, fam. Like, what are you talking about? What are you trying to do? Remember, game is having a strategy to get what you want on your terms. So what did you want in this situation? Now, if you wanted to, for example, let's say you said, you know what? I want to get over my fear of talking to women and complimenting them. And then you talk to the woman and you complimented her. Then yeah, that was good game. You understand? If that was the point, if the point was you have a fear of talking to women
you was like, you know what? I'm gonna go and I'm gonna talk to this lady and compliment her and to get over my fear. Then that's one thing. But what are you really trying to do out here? So wouldn't be pimps be a good example about looks not being the end all be all, especially if you look at those pimp documentaries? Well, this is the thing. Again, guys who are surface level, right? What they don't understand is how a woman responds and reacts based on feeling, right? So yes, you have the pimps because the pimps knew how to create a scenario and a situation in order to get a woman's state of mind, right? They already have her mind, which makes her body follow, which makes her follow that man, right? And then she basically trusts in that pimp to actually guide her into what needs to be done. But that's because the pimp knows how to make her feel a certain way. So therefore she takes action, right? And see, a lot of guys, this is the thing. A lot of guys don't know or have an experience, right? Dealing with women and feeling the energy of a woman feeling them. You understand? Meaning that most guys don't know how it feels in real time to be dealing with a woman who's really feeling them. Not a woman just thinking you're cute. You understand? A woman can think you're cute, but she doesn't feel you. You understand what I'm saying? 832, what's popping? Who this?
What's going on? Can you hear me? Is it good? This is Jay from Houston.
Yes, sir. I get you. What's going on? Did you donate?
Yeah, I sent $5 miles. Cash up.
So what's going on?
Man, chilling, man. It's kind of ironic that you're talking about this, man, because I've been hearing a lot of stuff, man, where it's like, if you got, like, listen, Locario, they say if you got the looks, that's it. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to say much, Locario. Like, you're already chosen. Like, you can fuck up, you can piss on your pants, but because you got the looks, she'll give you chances, and, the woman would never leave you. And I'm like, it's weird when people say stuff like that, and then you ask them, well, are you the type of guy that get women like that? And the answer is usually no. So I'm like, well, how do you know this is true? Well, I guess either TikTok or they saw these people, but like, that's a theory, right? Ain't that a theory?
Well, the thing is that if you ask the question, or if you say, if you got the looks, that's it, the question would be, okay, well, what looks? Like, which looks do you need for it to be that's it? You see what I'm saying? And then when you ask that question, whatever they say, right? So let's say they say you got to be 6 foot tall, have a 6-pack, and be white, right? If they say that, then what happens is that women who like everything that's the opposite of that aren't going to gravitate to that dude. So the argument is always going to fall off because how you look can only be one way. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you're not like Mystique from X-Men. You can't switch up how you look all the time. How you look is how you look. You fit. Every guy who looks a certain way fits into a certain archetype. So if a woman is not attracted to your archetype, even if another woman thinks you look good, then that means that the looks don't matter because his archetype is the type of archetype that woman is not into physically. You see what I'm saying? So
yeah.
That's the thing that these guys don't think about, because when they think about looks, they talk about looks objectively. It's impossible to talk about looks objectively because all looks are subjective. And that's the part they don't understand.
Yeah, because it's I'm gonna get off of it, but it's a situation where it's like, and like you always say, and I heard this plenty of times too, like the game ain't for everybody, you know what I'm saying? So being successful ain't for everybody. Some people just want to work all day life, and that's cool. And what I'm learning is from these group of people is like, they feel like Locario, they feel like, man, what's the point of even leaving Brooklyn? Like, I'm supposed to die here. Like, they don't even open their mind to think about it, because they say like, hey man, I feel like they call themselves like a sub-5, or I'm cooked. So since I'm cooked, it's no point of even going to go talk to a girl who I find attractive. Let me just sit back, and find a girl who is cooked like me and wait for her to choose me, so I know that it's a green light to go for it. You know what? You know what it really is, Locario, man? What I'm learning is I think a lot of people are afraid. And since they're afraid and they got that self-doubt and that self-denial, I guess the cope is, you know what? Instead of getting more hurt and being proven to myself that I am cooked in a mind, let me just wait for choosing signals. Let me wait to see if she look at me and talk to me. Then I'll go out and do this shit. Right. And truthfully, I think a lot of quote unquote dating coaches who in this space, they wait on choosing signals too. I think hypothetically, I think they do that shit, Locario, because they might be afraid too.
Oh yeah, of course. Of course. Well, the thing is that, you know, you got to understand that most guys don't have real world experience dealing with women consistently. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm 44 years old. I've been dealing with chicks since I was like 16, like seriously dealing with chicks since I was 16. So that means that's decades of me consistently dealing with women without any breaks. Like I've never taken a break of not fucking with women. So since I was 16, every week I'm fucking with women since 16. You understand what I'm saying? And multiple different women all at the same time, all these different things. And so not only am I dealing with those women, I'm out interacting and seeing other people dealing with other women. I have friends who are dealing with different. So I see all the things. So what happens is that when guys don't know it, they can only understand things from their own limited experience. So if a dude's never approached a girl and he's been in his bedroom all day and he's just online, you know, on an avatar, just talking shit, right? He doesn't know what it is or what it means to actually go out there and really interact with women, hook up, have sex, all those different things. He has no idea about any of that shit. And so all he's doing is coming up with theories of what he thinks based on what he feels he's seeing. Because remember, whatever he's seeing, he's only seeing it through his lens. So he might go out to dinner one night, see a bad chick with a guy who he thinks is good looking. So he's like, oh, see, only the Chads get hot girls like that. But that's what he's looking for because that's what he believes. And if he saw anything different, he'd have an excuse. Oh, well, that fat guy has that hot girl because he got money. Or that ugly sub-5 dude only can get that girl because whatever. You understand what I'm saying? He's going to come up with something to make sense of his worldview. But that's because he doesn't have an experience. You see what I'm saying?
That's real. I'm going to get out of here, man. It's crazy, but I see it now. Like there are groups of guys who are like him, Locario. They sit on the computer. They sit on the video game all day. They don't go to the club. They don't go out. They don't speak to women. And I'm starting to realize, man, that it's a niche of guys out there, and they all can speak to each other, and they all can relate. Right. And if you talk about them, Locario, they're going to throw tomatoes at you.
Well, that's the thing. They don't listen. My thing is this, right? If I talk to a guy and I know he doesn't have game based on what he's saying, then I can't take him seriously. Anyway, do you see what I'm saying? So the reason why I have to come and do all this work to counter all the bullshit that's being talked about is because you have a lot of guys out there, young dudes turning 18 every day that's trying to get out there. And the first thing they run into is, bro, if you're not over 6 feet, it's over. Bro, it's all about your looks. Women aren't going to want to fuck with you unless you look a certain way. And so once you start getting that garbage in your mind, it's hard to get it out. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're so indoctrinated in that, and then you're not actually doing things in real life, so you don't have anything real to counter it. You see what I'm saying?
No, that's a fact. That's a fact, man. Hey, just keep speaking your message, man. And like you always say, man, it's gonna connect with the right people, with the right ears and the right mind. And for the folks that's not gonna connect with it, they're gonna really be talking shit, hating and saying this shit don't work, and believing in yourself don't work. If you're not tall, if you don't got the money, if you don't got the looks, it's over. You might as well just pay for it.
Right.
And hey, you can do that. You can do that. But my thing is, like, you're going through life, like how y'all say, like, I don't like calling people losers, but you're going through life like you're not living.
Right.
You're not living, really. You're not living.
Well, I mean, the thing is, it's real simple. Winners win and losers lose. That's it. It's really that simple.
Facts. That's it. Facts.
All right, brother. I appreciate the call, fam.
All right, Locario.
Peace. All right, so guys, call in. Calling number is 844-672-7300. 844-672-7300 is the number. So let me see what some more of these questions is saying. You said they overcome the looks threshold because they often deal with desperate women. Ooh, what is this looks threshold? I keep hearing that. It sounds like some red pill, black pill talk. Somebody, what the hell is a looks threshold? Somebody, what does that mean? What is the, somebody tell me what the looks threshold is. Please call up. You said then couldn't you argue there are archetypes with a broader range of appeal? No. Okay, this is the thing, right? So you got to understand, like I talked about on this on the other live stream, where I said that there's 3 types of physical attraction, right? And I was talking about, conventionally attractive, preference attraction, and observational attraction, right? So just because a person is considered conventionally attractive, right? That does not mean that everybody considers this motherfucker or this woman conventionally attractive. You understand? But you have a good amount of people who do, so then they'll just say that that's what it is. You understand what I'm saying? But what you guys don't understand is that the world is big. So a lot of times y'all get caught up on this internet shit, but the world is big. You understand what I'm saying? So what happens is that whoever you think has a broader appeal or broader range, right? Understand that there's so much more people who don't fuck with that motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? It's really that simple. It's really that simple. But the world is so big that if you're going out dealing with women, you're always going to find women who are attracted to you and who's going to fuck with you. So let's go to 702. What's popping? Who this?
Yo, this is Jay from Vegas. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's going on? Did you donate?
Yeah, I hit Miles on the cash app.
All right. That's what's up. So what's going on?
Yo, I wanted your opinion on something. So I I'm trying to be a little more careful this year from a situation that happened last year when it comes to like sex. And one thing I was going to do was have every girl that I'm trying to mess with come with me to get like STD testing and all that, just to make sure they're good to go. Is that doing too much, or is that because I'm trying to make that part of my program? But some people tell me that's doing too much. They're not going to be down with that.
Well, this is the thing. If that is that important to you, then do it. But also remember that doing it too is going to be a challenge to get things going in a certain way. Meaning that, like, if that's what you really want to do, right? Understand that there's going to be more obstacles to getting to sex. Does that make sense? So
it does, right?
Because remember, when you first deal with a woman, let's say, for example, you meet a girl on a app or whatever, you go to get drinks or whatever, and then the sexual tension is created there, and then therefore sometimes sex happens that time, right? Then what will happen is that if it doesn't happen that night, it might happen the next time you see each other. Right now, if you're trying to go get tested with her, so you want to go with her to get tested,
or have her come with me or something like that. We just meet up at a spot.
Right. So now
we just make it happen together.
Right. So now what's going to happen is that you're going to go out with the chick. Then you're going to have to set up another time for y'all to go get tested. Then you're going to have to wait for the results. So then you're going to have to meet up with her again to then try to make it happen. You understand what I'm saying? So So now what happens is that that's a lot of different, points where shit could fall off or she could flake or whatever it is like that. You understand what I'm saying? Now, doing what you're doing is in a lot of cases more feasible if you were the type of person in a situation where you were like dating a woman and y'all had like a rhythm of consistency of seeing each other, and then y'all didn't have sex yet, and then y'all are planning to have sex at a certain date. And then, so what I'm saying is, like, if you were actually seeing one woman and y'all were like doing that courting thing, then that makes more sense in that aspect, because then it's like something you guys are planning to do because y'all are planning to be monogamous and whatever. But if you're meeting random women, most random chicks are not gonna take time out to go get tested to fuck you. You understand what I'm saying? They're just gonna probably fuck another guy. They're like, this is too much work. I don't even want to do this shit. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say. So again, you can do it. It's just gonna be just like anything else, more of a numbers game. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Right. So
it's just a trade-off.
Yeah,
pretty much what you're saying.
Right. So you could do it, but it's gonna be challenging, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. I mean, I was just trying to be a little more careful. It's just for my own comfort, my own peace of mind.
Right. But the thing is this: you're gonna be using condoms with chicks, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. So use condoms and get tested yourself. So go get tested yourself, make sure you're good, and then use condoms. Because this is the thing. Let's say you meet a girl, y'all go get tested, right? And the test come back, fine. Everything is negative. But she ended up fucking another dude right after she got the test. And then she caught something. You see what I'm saying? Like, you see what I mean? Right. So you're still fucking a chick who caught something. You see what I'm saying? So this is why you have to protect yourself, period, at all times. And then just make sure you're getting yourself tested so that you're good.
Got you. Yep. Okay. I mean, that makes sense. Makes sense. So it's a trade-off. All right, man. That's all I wanted to know. I appreciate it, Locario.
All right, brother. Appreciate the call, fam.
Yep.
All right. So guys, call in. Call-in number is 844-672-7300. 844-672-7300 is the number. So call up if you have a question, put a Q in the chat. You feel what I'm saying? He said, below, don't you think most women prefer their own ethnicity? For example, do you think Swedish women would prefer Swedish men? I personally think race don't matter. It's about you. Well, this is the thing. You have some, women who are going to prefer their own ethnicity or race and all that other shit. But that's not your problem. You understand what I'm saying? Like, why are you worried about what they prefer? What's going on? Charlie Kiefer in the building. What's going on, fam?
Yes, sir. What's going on? I hope you're doing well.
Chilling.
And, I just think this is a great topic today. But anyway, I just want to say a quick story because this morning I woke up and, when I wake up, I just go through my Instagram real quick and whatnot. And I saw this funny picture and I was like, a dude was two supposed to be smoking hot, subjectively or whatever, woman on his side, right, from I don't know, the 50s or something like that. And I was like, I don't know if it's AI or something, but I went to the comments and the first comment was well, this doesn't work for 5'9" dudes anymore, and it got 60,000 fucking likes. I was like, what is going on with the fucking earth, bro?
That's what happens.
It's oh my God, this is coming from a guy who's 5'9". That I've had women suck my dick off in the back of my mom's Range Rover, and it wasn't because I had a Range Rover. I actually took her car without her fucking knowing.
Right.
So what does that fucking tell you?
Right.
It's got nothing to do with that. But anyway, I think to your point, I think guys just be taking this shit way too seriously.
Right.
It's and you can probably attest to this. Some of the best sex I've had, and I had to learn this going through the process, was with girls who weren't my type.
That's some. See, they don't know about that. They don't know about that shit. I gotta hit them with them. They don't know about that.
Because honestly, because I'm not gonna go too deep in this, because that's some deeper game and all that other stuff. But because it's I don't know what it is, and I guess I just learned this over time. To me, my type now is the girl who wants me the most. You know what I mean? It's I think guys you're gonna pick the girl you like. It's well, you should, because why would you go talk to her otherwise? Right. It's why are you there with her? You know what I mean? But it's sometimes I literally had some sex with girls who weren't my type. And I'm just sitting there. I'm like, this is so fucking good. Why is this so fucking good? And then I'm like, is really X, Y, and Z my type? This type of look, or is it really just a girl who's just a bad bitch, not with her looks, but her personality. And I had to learn that over time. You know what I mean? But
right. Well,
but anyway, I just want to.
The thing is, you bring up a good point, because it's interesting that a lot of guys don't understand that about having good sex with a woman who isn't your type, meaning that there's a lot of different variations of that, right? Meaning that there's a girl, she's cute. You think she's attractive, but she's not necessarily your preferred type, but you do think she's attractive. You're like, yeah, she looks good.
Right.
But and what'll happen is that you'll have good sex with her because you guys are extremely sexually compatible, even though she is not physically your ideal type. So then you end up having sex with this girl and you're like, damn, this shit was fire, even though she's not my ideal type. So now I'm going somewhere with this, because now what happens is this. The same thing happens with women. So when a woman has sex with a guy who's not her ideal type physically, then what happens is that it gives her experience in the situation, just like you got experience in that situation in order to understand that about yourself. So now that girl gets experience having great sex with a guy who is not physically what she prefers. So then what happens is that she ends up knowing through her experience that, wait a second, a guy doesn't have to look this way or a certain way or particular way to make me feel this way. So meaning I can feel this way with this type of other guy. And so guys who don't have game don't understand that, because they've never been in a situation, not only to have that experience with a woman, but also to have that experience themselves with women, meaning they haven't been on the opposite end like you have and I have, when we've had sex with women who we thought were attractive but weren't our ideal types and still had a good time. You see what I'm saying? So having that knowledge, you also can understand that how a woman would also go through something similar too. You see what I'm saying?
100%. That's 100% facts, man.
Right.
And I'm gonna say this one last little thing, and send another 20. Is that, to your point, and you said this earlier in the live, is that it's like, what I learned is, exactly what you said, I'm preaching the choir here, it's how you make her feel. Cause it's like the feeling, like when you make her feel a certain way, it's like you probably heard that. I mean, you've heard that saying before. When people are like, oh, I'm God to these hoes, where it's like, you're God to these hoes when you love yourself so much that it's like your aura, that's what the kids say these days, you know what I mean? But who you are pierces her in a way where it's like the compatibility is on 1,000, and you're just like, it just mind fucks her, and it mind fucks you too, because you're like, wait a minute, I found something out about myself through this experience. And it's like, it's never about like, yeah, sure, I like your look, but like, you made me feel like this, and I made you feel like this, and so that's why this is such a fucking godly like situation, because it's so fucking powerful. You know what I mean? But anyway,
that's real talk. That's real talk, man. But yo, man, I appreciate the call, family. Appreciate you. Man.
Thank you, man.
All right, brother.
I appreciate it.
So yeah, and yo, I'm telling you, guys, you gotta understand how deep this game is, because this is the thing, right? Is that what you initially think or thought is no match for the feeling that you feel when you're experiencing certain things. We'll get to that in a second. 661, what's poppin'? Who's this?
Yes, sir. This is Jay Morris.
Jay, what's going on, fam? What's poppin' with you, man?
Sent 5 miles.
All right, what's going on? So what's good, bro? What's good with you?
So when you evaluate yourself and you know yourself and you say, like, for me personally, I say, look, I don't have enough game for an open relationship. Is it solid to still do a monogamy? Because like, hey, look, I need to get tighten up my game more, get more experience more, and pretty much work on a monogamous relationship until I feel I'm ready on the higher level of game to do fully open relationship.
So you're saying that should you get into a monogamous relationship because you feel that you can't handle an open relationship?
Yeah, like I feel like my game is not tight enough to the point where I can really stay consistent with an open relationship because I feel like I would be like not at the mindset yet. I kind of know myself, and I feel like I remember you stated there's no point of monogamy, and I actually kind of agree with that. I was like, oh yeah, for sure. But I see there is like, of course, some pros, but I know in the back of my head it's like when you know the truth, you're like, damn, like. This is not really like the most like beneficial relationship for both of us, especially if this girl, like some woman I'm messing with for 5 months, she's super sexual. So you know she's fucking other niggas, but she's not really trying to tell me. So I'm always like, man, do I just gotta accept the truth, what it comes with it, or just like kind of like tighten up my
this
game
is the thing. This is the thing, though. So what is it about? Because okay, let me ask this: Do you want an open situation or non-monogamous thing, or are you like, do you want it, or are you just like backing away from it because you're scared that a girl's gonna fuck another dude? Like, what you understand what I'm saying? Like, do you actually want it, or do you not want it because you scared of that?
Okay, so I really prefer 100% like monogamous, but knowing the truth sometimes it kind of fucks you up in the head. Like,
no, but that's what I'm saying. Okay, so let's go there. Hold on. So now, why do you want a monogamous relationship?
Okay, so the reason why I want it is because I just see myself not having the game tightened up to maintain a open relationship when I
see, and that's the problem right there. You should never do something because of fear of doing something else. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it wasn't like you said, oh, I want a monogamous relationship because that's the thing that's going to make me the most happy. I just want to be with one person. And it just like warms my heart to focus on just me and this one person. And we do this and this and that. You basically said, I don't want monogamy. You say, I want monogamy because I'm scared of being non-monogamous. So you don't really want monogamy. You're just choosing monogamy because you're scared of the other thing. You see what I'm saying? That's the problem.
Yeah. Okay. And I will be real. Like, I am a little lazy at finding the woman that is really 100% accepting that open relationship. Because I don't really mind. I'm like, look, I know what y'all gonna do. I just want a woman that's gonna be really honest from the get go. And I guess I can't get that until I'm 100% honest with myself.
Right, but this is the thing, though. But this is the thing. You shouldn't be getting into any of these relationships. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, meaning, like, what I'm saying is like, the only reason to get into any of these type of relationships is because you see a benefit in it for you to do this, right? You shouldn't be saying, well, I'm gonna just do this because this other thing is too hard to do. Or like, so if a person says, I want to do monogamy because I'm scared of non-monogamous situations, right? Or somebody says, well, I'm going to do non-monogamy because, I don't want to get cheated on in a monogamous relationship. Then that means that you're doing it for reasons based on fear, which is not good. You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
Right. So what I'm saying is you have to get to a point where you consciously say, I want a relationship of this type because it brings me these benefits and this is why I'm doing it. Period. That's it. It shouldn't be about anything else besides that. So if you're not thinking that right now, then you shouldn't be in any type of long-term, like committed serious relationship. Do you see what I'm saying?
Okay. So say like, and this is the last thing I gotta say. Say like I'm at a situation in my life where I'm focusing on my money, focusing on my music, and I have so much attention that I know I gotta really keep on better in my life. And I see the only thing that will work for me is with one woman. But do you believe that even still that is like a way of fear, or is that just like telling the truth? Because like at this point, I know I shouldn't be really fucking with a lot of women because I need to put my attention really on like all these things I got going in my life right now. That's okay.
See, listen, this is the problem. Remember, this is why game is important. When you have game, you are making things work with you. You understand? You're not trying to work with other things. Meaning, so it doesn't matter if you got your music, you're doing all this and doing all of that, right? That's great. You could be doing all these things, right? What you're saying is, oh, I'm doing all these things, so it would make more sense for me to be monogamous because I can only focus on this one woman because I have all these things. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
But the problem is that if you have things going on, the women that you're dealing with, however type of relationship you have to fit in with the things you have going on. So whether you're dealing with one woman or 5 women, either way, they have to, whatever situation you're in, has to fit in with your program. So what you're doing right now is that you're basically saying like, damn, well, I'm at the mercy of, like only doing a certain thing because I only have a certain amount of time, and therefore because I only have a certain amount of time, then I'm not going to be able to handle managing women because they're going to go all crazy because I can't focus on handling them based on the time that I have. You see what I'm saying?
That makes sense. Yeah, no, that makes 100% sense. And see, this is why I need to get coaching. This is why I'm gonna get coaching because I'm like, at this point, I can't do it on my own. Like I don't.
So yeah, get some coaching on the back end, man. So you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right.
Okay, I appreciate it.
All right, brother. I appreciate the call, fam. All right. So guys, call up. We're gonna do another maybe 10 minutes and we're gonna wrap it up. So if you guys want to call in now. You feel what I'm saying? Man. Let me see what the questions are saying. Because I think inner dialogue is everything, because external, like muscles, money, etc., is a side effect of the internal. So the internal is everything. Yes, that's what I'm saying. So this is the thing. If you have money, you got muscles, you're looking a certain way. If you're insecure, it's not gonna matter. Let's go to 832 again. 832.
Yeah, hey, this is Jay. I had sent another 5 real quick to Miles.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I just wanted you was giving a lot of game on the information. I just got this one more part of this game from your perspective of it, man. When I be hearing people talk about game isn't real, there's no such as game, or maybe even game is manipulation. Like, I just, based on your lifestyle and what you've been through, I'm pretty sure you got a perspective on that. You know what I'm saying? I just want to hear what your thoughts on that, man.
Right. Well, the thing is, when guys say game isn't real, they don't understand game because game. Okay, let me break it down. So we talk about the game. Game is just synonymous with life. You understand what I'm saying? So when we talk about the game is about you, the game is about you in your life. You're synonymous with life. Life is you, your life. You understand what I'm saying? Now, having game means a strategy and skill to get what you want on your terms in this life. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is that when dudes say game isn't real, they don't make any sense because everything you do involves game. Like you can't. So basically what happens is you can't not have game. So that's why in the Game Kings documentary, I said, everybody has game. Either your game is strong or your game is weak, but everybody has game because anything you do involves game. Like me doing this, I'm picking up my phone and I'm waving it around. That involves game. You understand what I'm saying? Because if somebody said, hey, Locario, pick up your phone and wave it around, I know how to pick it up and wave it around. That's the strategy I use to make it happen. You see what I'm saying? To use my hand to grab it, pick it up, and wave it around. You see what I'm saying? That's just a simplified example of it. But when it comes to talking to and dealing with women, what happens is that a lot of guys think that game isn't real because they think the only way to attract the woman is to look a certain way. That's why they focus so much on the looks. But what they don't realize is that looks is actually part of the game, but it's the passive part of the situation. You understand what I'm saying? So what happens is if a woman is attracted to you physically, you can use that to your advantage because you're getting her attention, and then you can build on that. You see what I'm saying? But that's not the end all be all because it has to be built on. And then so what happens is once you got her attention, then it's time for you to interact for her to feel you. Once she feels you, then it's like, okay, now I actually like this guy Because this is the thing. Most guys think just because a woman thinks they're attractive physically and they like the way they look and they think they're handsome, they think that means she likes them. No, she is attracted to how you look, but she still doesn't know you. And the only way she knows you is once you start to let her know what it means to be around you, interact with you, and be with you, which means that you have to give her instruction. You have to tell her what is required for her to be here with you. So when you're giving a woman instruction, what you're essentially telling her is, this is who I am, because my instruction is part of the program. You see what I'm saying? And so that's the thing where a lot of the guys, when they don't understand game, all they're doing is that they're so focused on looks because they're surface level, and they've actually never really been out there doing their thing. Because when they're doing their thing, they're going to realize what the game is really about. You see what I'm saying?
No, absolutely, man, because I don't think it's manipulation. And one time I was talking to someone and I was saying how, for example, like this person is real good at rapping and going on stage. And I said, man, like, how would you rate your rapping skills? He say like a 10. And I say, how good are you at talking to people about your rapping skills and buying your CD? I said, that's a 10. I say, cool. I said, why don't you feel that same way about yourself when it comes to talking to women? Then I hear the words, well, my looks ain't this. And I'm just like, man, see, I think people got more faith in their car, more faith in their degrees and their connections, where when it comes to self, I think they just deflated, Locario. I think, and that's the part where, guys talking about game. And truthfully, I don't even think certain guys should be talking about game, because if you talking about game and you ain't really, a certain type of person on a certain type of level, then you can really confuse a lot of people. And, and I'm not saying I'm a master. I know I'm not a master, but I just feel like if you don't have that same value or even higher for yourself, then I can see why it's difficult to even quote unquote sell yourself to a woman. And when I say sell yourself, I mean just present yourself. Just go out here and do what you got to do, because you already coming at it from I'm not worthy, I'm not even enough. And I think that's right there is like,
right. Well, man, you said something interesting is, the whole idea of selling yourself. The thing is that selling yourself or trying to sell yourself to the woman is part of, I'll say this. Yeah, that's part of manipulation in the negative, because this is the thing. Manipulation is also game. But when you manipulate, this is the thing. You got to understand the difference. When you manipulate in a nefarious way, right? That's weak game. You understand? Meaning that you are trying to put on a show, or you're being disingenuous, you're lying, you're creating false situations in order to acquire something. That's the manipulation, but it's still game, because you're still using that strategy to get something happening, right? But it's weak game because it's not on your terms, because if it was on your terms, you wouldn't need to manipulate. Right now, on the flip side though, when you talk about manipulation in the positive, right? Manipulation in the positive is when you're being you and you're influencing based on you being you. And then the person, what happens is that they interact with you and they encounter what you're saying, doing, and all that other stuff. They're influenced by you. So they're being manipulated through their own, you understand what I'm saying? Doing through paying attention to what you're doing, what you're saying, and how you're being. You see what I'm saying? So there's different manipulations going on. You see what I mean? So you got to understand the difference. So a lot of times when guys say, game is manipulation, they're talking about it in the negative, where a person consciously decides to be on some nefarious, disingenuous shit in order to make something happen. You see what I mean?
Yeah, and it's sad that, and because I don't really try to like prove people right. Like, you're gonna think what you want to think. I just try to add a conversation to, like, at least let's open the room and add some light in here, because if you think Locario is turning his camera on, buying equipment, and turning his mic on and being manipulative with that, I don't see that. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you're saying some other stuff about some stuff that may sound like something, that's different. But there's nothing wrong with having a product, marketing to the audience, and having a price, and I collect my money, and everything is cool. Like, where's the manipulation?
Right, but the thing is that they have to say that because they're hating. That's how hate happens. That's how hate works. So what happens is that, so basically what it is this, right? is because they don't understand game, they think what it is that I'm doing is being nefarious and manipulating. So what happens is that when they think this, they're like, oh, well, what Locario has to be scamming because it's all about looks. Like, what does he even need to talk about? How does he have 150 something programs on the Bad Boy membership? It doesn't make any sense, because what does he even need to talk about if game is all about looks? So because they don't understand game, right, then from their perspective, of course they're going to say it's manipulation and scamming and all this other stuff, because from their perspective, they think that it's all about looks. They think game don't exist. You see what I'm saying? So of course they're going to have to think that way, where they're going to think everything is manipulation and some bullshit. So I understand why they think that that's the way it is, but they think that's the way it is because they don't have game. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is this, you can't come into a situation where, like, you can't go into a science lab with scientists and then talk about, oh, well, they don't know what they're doing. They're not really doing science. They're just playing around in here, because you don't understand the process of what they're doing. So of course you're going to say they're doing some stupid shit, or they're doing some nonsense, or, oh, this don't even make sense. This is dumb, because you don't have the brain capacity or the awareness or the understanding to even know what you're talking about. That's again, guys, understand this. I see all the panels and the late night streams of dudes who don't have game talking about game. I see these things. I see all of those things. I don't miss anything. And so what I'm saying is, you have a lot of guys who don't have game talking about game, and they have every right to. The problem though is that they don't have game, so they're not talking about game. You understand what I'm saying? So I can do a show about fucking, I don't know, quantum physics, right? I don't know shit about quantum physics. So if I turn on my camera and start talking about quantum physics, is the show about quantum physics? No, it's just some nigga talking some shit. You see what I'm saying? About what he don't know. That's what it's about. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, and also before I go, man, what's your thoughts on a dude reading a couple chapters out of a book, thinking he know everything, and then want to come on, YouTube or whatever, and project like he know what it is? And I got all the statistics, I got all the evidence, because truthfully, bro, we already said the word theory, and I could tell when someone is saying something that don't even sound like you even touching grass. But I feel like since they did all the homework and the research and they observed so much shit, they feel like. Yeah, and which is fine. You may feel like you know something, but I don't think you really know it. So what's your thoughts on a guy reading a couple chapters out of a book, watching a couple videos, and feeling like, you know what, hey, I know enough to start a channel, which is right. But what's your thoughts on that, though, Locario?
I mean, they could do all that if they want to. This is what I'm saying. Yeah. They're not. So basically, you got to understand about this, right? You can't learn game by reading a book. You have to experience the game. And then the book that you're reading, all it does, it's reinforcing what you know. So for example, when somebody buys my book, right, let's say they buy a How to Have Sex 2 Women a Day book, or a Looks Don't Matter book, or whatever book, or they join the membership and all this other stuff, right? That stuff is not going to get them to learn game. What I'm teaching them is I'm giving them a faster way to get off their ass to do the things that they don't know, right? In order to be able to get to the goal faster. Like, for example, a lot of guys try to find the cheat code to the game. They try to cheat the game. Myself, K Zaggin, Miles, 1950, Steve, Boss Mac, Justin, EO, King Dre, we are the cheat code. We're the ones who are telling you the shit to make it go faster. But the thing is that no matter what we say, y'all have to go out and do it, because that's when you're going to connect what we say to what you're doing. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that, I can tell you all day how to fix a car, but then you got to actually be in front of the car, get the tools, start screwing this in, tightening this up, turning on it. You got to do all the things. So you can read the book, we can talk about doing the car, but you actually got to go out there and fucking experience. Do you see what I'm saying? And so what happens is once you experience, you say, oh, I remember in chapter 4, they were talking about, you got to turn this way. Okay. So now I see why in chapter 4, you see what I'm saying? So what you're hearing and learning are giving you the tools to get the understanding, but you really get the understanding by the experience. And that is why when I hear motherfuckers talk, I can tell they don't have experience. Because I can tell they haven't actually done anything, because all they're doing is watching YouTube videos or reading some statistics and all this other shit, and they think they know what they're talking about. And then when I hear them talk, I can tell they don't know what they're talking about, because I can tell they don't have any experience, because I can tell that through what they're talking about, they are showing they have no experience in what they're saying. You see what I mean? That it's really that simple. So that's why I said when guys are doing these shows, it's really them trying to mimic what a nigga who has game sound like. But it's not the game. They don't understand what's going on. See what I'm saying?
That's the truth. That's the truth.
Man.
And before I get up here, man, Locario, I think their game is to be the master of that crowd. Like your crowd, like you're the master of your crowd, and they want to be the master of their crowd. So your game is for your crowd, and they think their game is for their crowd. So while you're teaching guys empowerment, self-belief, self-love, go out there and make it happen, believe in yourself, they might be telling guys, hey, man, don't try for the basketball team. You 4'3". Hey, man, go find tennis. Like, find something that's in your lane where you don't got to get rejected, where it's more plausible that you'll find somebody. And I mean, I can see the advice in that, but I just feel like, bro, like don't just cut yourself short because of your height. Like, come on, bro, come on. I get the logic in it. Find your looks match and find a woman that's not so curvy and looking beautiful. Find an average girl. I get the logic, but I just feel like, bro, like, why not push for more if you want more? Like, you can do it, but again, I guess that's coping. That's the bullshit, and that's not realistic. And I guess, you got to stay stuck in the hood forever. You can't dream. I guess you can't dream, Locario.
Right, exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying. Dudes got to learn this real game. You feel me? But y'all appreciate the call. All right, take care, man. All right, I'm going to holler at you. All right, I saw 352 is trying to call in. So 352 call in. Let's get this shit cracking. Hold on, I see 239. What's popping? Who this?
Yo, this is Caleb calling in from Boca Raton, 21.
What's up?
And I donated $10 to the PayPal.
All right, what's good?
Yo, man, I just had to hop on here because I listened to the Game Kings. I've been consistent with the program. And I just came to a realization that the consistency is the reason why I've had a lot more success with women, because like I've been making it more about me. The things I say, being on the masculine identity membership, you got to get on these things. And especially, I just want to say, everyone listening to this, y'all all got to go out tomorrow because it's Friday and it's a Halloween, man.
That's a fact.
You can't play around.
That's a fact.
Yeah, I mean, I was also listening to the Game Kings today. I'm not going to say anything really from there, but you basically on there said that, if you're having chicks or things whack going on, it's really just a reflection of you. And just like the experience has really made these things click for me. And even when Steve says on like the shows with you, he's like, you're just throwing shit at the wall because you're making it about the chick instead of yourself. So that shit has really started to click with me the more experience that I've got. So that's why I'm putting it out there. Y'all got to go out here tomorrow because that's how you're going to get that experience.
Exactly. That's a fact. That's real talk. Real talk, man.
But yeah, man, I just support the show and I appreciate it. I got to do the playback. I popped in here late.
Yes, sir. All right, brother. Well, I appreciate the call, fam. All right.
All right, man. Peace.
Peace. All right. So I saw, who did I see? I saw 469 called and then 352 call back. Call back. We're going to do it in 10 minutes and we're going to wrap it up. All right. 352. What's popping? Who this?
What's going on, Locario? This is V. I'm calling from Georgia, man. 32.
All right. What's going on? Did you donate?
Yeah. I sent it tomorrow. It was like $10.
What's going on? What's going on?
Hello?
Yeah. What's going on?
Oh no! I was calling in Locario. I didn't have a question, but I just felt in my heart to say something, man. I just appreciate that. I always do every lesson that you do when you teach the class and stuff, man. Like this lesson and the past few ones that you and Miles also been doing, and all the other teams too. it's almost like being an ass whooping. You know how like when you were a kid, right? And you know, you get that ass whooping, you like, I really, because you done did something so wrong in school or out in the community.
Right.
As soon as your parent give you that ass whooping, it's like, damn, man, I really don't want it. But it's something like 30, 40 years from now, I'm gonna look back and say, damn, I'm so glad. I see why I got that ass whooping.
Right.
I'm glad. And also, I literally just before I logged on your show, I saw it was K-Zag in 20. He had something, right? He did a lesson about, you know, stop saying certain shit to women and stuff. And I'm like, damn, that's an ass whooping right there. I was like, damn, I don't want it. It's like a kid, you know, they start yelling before that belt start to swing. I don't want it. But, you know, I feel relief now. And like, that's something that, you know, I'm gonna look back and say, I really, really needed that. But yeah, man, but I just wanted to give you a shout out with that Locario and everything, man. So, you know, you always do your thing, you, Miles, and the rest of the team. So,
yes, sir.
But yeah, man, go ahead and enjoy your evening, man, and you'll hear from me again.
Yes, sir. Appreciate the call, fam. All right. All right. So 469, call back. I seen you trying to call. 469, call back. So we get this cracking. 469, call back. All right. 469, what's popping?
Hey, what's going on? I donated $5 to the PayPal.
All right. What's good?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I just want to ask, how do you get past overthinking when you're out here talking to the woman? I have a big issue with overthinking, and it causes like, I guess it's like nervous issues.
Well, so when you're out here, what are you thinking about? What are you overthinking?
So when I'm on your Bad Boy membership. And I've been listening to like many other programs, you know, for, you know, over a couple of months. And when I go out and try to implement some of the material, I have a hard time. Well, I have a hard time getting the information back out. So yeah, trying to get it back out and actually trying to like, you know, actually implement it. And I tend to overthink. So it's like I have so much of like, you know, your material in my head, but I have a hard time getting it back out. And it's causing like a lot of overthinking.
Right. But this is what I'm saying. When you approach a girl, what do you want to happen?
Well, basically flirt from the beginning and actually have a goal of actually like, you know, hooking up with her. So really that's my thing. But like I said, I listened to like a couple of your programs on there, but I have an issue of like getting that out.
Right, but that's like, what do you say to them? What are you saying when you talk to the women?
So like, you know, normally when I walk up to them, I would introduce myself, you know, tell them my name and I ask them their name. And then like I will flirt with them. I say, hey, you know, I just find you very attractive, you know, just wanted to know, you know, would you single or whatnot? And they'll say, oh, no, I'm not single. And then I'll go to the next chick and then I'll like keep repeating the same thing, but I'm not really trying to like get the information that I learned back out.
But see, that's the thing. You're not flirting though. So all you did, you just gave the woman a compliment. That's not flirting. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, okay. So this is the thing. That's why I asked, like, what are you saying to the women? Because what happens is that, see, flirting, the reason why flirting is so difficult, and this is why you guys got to get on a membership or get coaching, is that when you flirt, right, you have to be able to have because all flirting is having a sexual conversation. You understand what I'm saying? And so what that means is that, okay, think about it this way, right? When a dude is trying to either intimidate another guy or he's yelling at another dude that he probably might fight, how does he sound? Is he saying, hey, sir, how's it going today? Blah, blah, blah. He's like, he's not saying that. He's like, yo, I'll fuck you up, nigga. Blah, blah, blah. I'll beat your ass, right? Like he has that type of energy. He has a threatening tone and what he's saying is threatening, right? Right. If a person is talking to, let's say, a little baby, like the baby's 1 year old, and then they having a conversation with the little baby, even though the baby can't talk, they're like, oh, hey, how are you? Oh, boo, 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 boo. They start talking baby talk, right? Because they're talking to the baby. You see what I'm saying? So what happens is that when you're talking to women, flirting is just sexual talk. This is how you're talking to women. Just like the guy is talking to the guy that way to beat his ass. This person's talking to the baby because they're talking to the baby. You're talking to a woman by talking sexually to a woman. You understand what I'm saying? So there's nothing wrong with complimenting a woman, but within the compliment, there has to be sexual conversation. You understand what I'm saying? So anything you're saying, or most of what you're saying, has to imply sex. You understand? So that you can actually see if she's responding to you being sexual. Right?
Yes, but that's another thing. Like, I don't know how to have that conversation when I'm interacting with them. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You would actually need coaching, because I'd have to teach you how to do that. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because the thing is this: when you flirt, right, the more you do it, the more it becomes second nature, the easier it becomes, and the more natural it becomes. You understand what I'm saying? So what happens is that if you're having a like, so for example, you said you go up to the girl and you said, what, you introduce yourself, and then you said, I find you attractive, and what else?
I forgot what else I say. Because like in the moment, I'm not really, like I said, I'm in my head, so I'm not really like what I'm actually trying to do.
Right,
I'm actually trying to get what I.
Right, that's the problem. You're in your head. You're not supposed to be, when you're talking to women, your mind is supposed to be open. You understand what I'm saying? And the reason why your mind has to be open is because you have to be focused on the situation at hand, so that whatever you're talking about or interacting with, or having an interaction, you're able to say what needs to be said in that moment based on what's happening in the moment. Just like, for example, like you just called me up, right? And you asked a question about something that is happening with you, and I'm responding to your specific question, right? I didn't know what you was going to say when you called up. Right? I didn't have anything prepared to say when you asked me the question. It's my mind is open. So when you ask me the question, I'm ready to receive the question. And then I'm able to, in the moment, be able to respond accurately and correctly to what I'm hearing. You understand what I'm saying? So the problem is that you're saying you're overthinking. That's already an issue, because you shouldn't be really thinking too much in the situation. You're supposed to be present in the situation so that you can actually respond to what's happening in the situation. Because if you say, because you say the girl is attractive, what's attractive about her? Give me an example of the last girl you talked to and you walked up and said she's attractive. What was attractive about her?
Like her walk.
Okay, her walk. So what about her walk was attractive?
Like the way she was swinging her hips.
Okay, and why is that attractive to you?
Because it's very feminine.
Okay, perfect. So that's what you should be saying. Hey, miss, listen,
Yeah,
I came over here because you really, I thought you was really attractive. The way you walk, the way them hips move, it just turns me on. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's flirting. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I did it to one chick at the mall, and I noticed that I have an issue when I'm trying to predict the conversation, and that's what like causes that issue. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. You thinking too much, bro. You have to be in the moment.
It really is hard, man, because it's like when I'm walking, I'm trying to I'm like, okay, this girl here, like I want to approach her, and I'm like, okay, what I'm going to do, what I'm going to say, and then when I approach her, I'm trying to already get out what I'm trying to say, and then I'm trying to at the same time, I guess predict the conversation, so to speak.
But you can.
So because that's what I'm saying. Because it's hard for me to be present right then and there.
Wait. So who do you know that can predict the future?
And no one.
Okay, so then so what makes you special that you think you can predict the future?
I don't know, man. It's just I don't know what to say beyond that. So beyond what I'm saying to her from when I approach her, I don't know what to say beyond it because. But
it's the thing. How do you know what to not say when you should know what you want? Right? What do you want? Do you want to hook up with this girl, go on a date with her? Isn't that what you want to do?
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. So how do you not know what to say if that's the point of why you're talking to her? You see what I'm saying? So as I'm saying, why aren't you saying that in the conversation?
I don't know. I just think it's just fear and nervousness.
You see what I'm saying? So and again, this is what I was talking about earlier when the last caller called. This is why you guys have to go out and do these things consistently so that you have more practice, so that you're able to actually make things happen for real, where it becomes second nature to you. So right now, what's happening is that you're doing way too much thinking and worrying about all this other shit, because you're like thinking too much, overthinking, and then trying to predict what's going to happen later. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's too much shit. Just open your mind and have a conversation. And everything that needs to happen in the conversation, right, is going to present itself, and therefore you're going to be able to respond to that. You understand? So for example, if you were let's say you were standing in a room, and you was across the room, and there was another person across the room, and they're coming towards you, you know, with a knife. And then on the table, you have a gun, you have a fucking spoon, and you have a fucking like feather. Which one are you gonna pick up?
The gun.
You're gonna pick up the gun, right? Because in that moment, you know, this particular situation calls for this, makes the most sense to use the gun on this motherfucker coming at me with the knife. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that you have to be able to be in the moment, to see what's happening in the moment, to understand what to respond to in the moment. That's it. You see what I'm saying? You're too worried about what she gonna say, what she gonna think, how the situation's gonna go. You're too worried about all that shit, and that's your problem. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, that's all in the background.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You got to get all of that out the background. You feel what I mean?
Yeah.
But Colin, hit me up on the back end, man. Appreciate you, man. You gotta get some coaching, man. I'll let you.
Right.
All right. So I think 301 was trying to call up. 301 call back, and then you'll probably be the last caller. 301. 301. 301 call up. Let's get that cracking. All right, 301, what's popping? Who this?
How you doing? I apologize if this question was already asked. I just joined.
Wait, hold on.
I've been having.
Hold on. Oh yeah, this one free call, but go ahead. Did you donate, or are you taking a free call?
Yes, sir. Free call.
All right. So what's going on?
So basically, I've been trying to. I had a hard time doing walking up to women. I just have a lot of anxiety and stuff. But I mustered up the courage yesterday to do it, and I just really didn't have anything to say, and I kind of froze up. And I've done it before, and I still freeze up a little bit. I'm just trying to wonder how can I overcome that, because I feel like it's really holding me back.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Have you ever ordered food at a restaurant?
Yes, sir.
Did you freeze up?
No, sir.
Right. So that's the issue is you're putting the woman on a pedestal. That's why you're freezing up. So what are you freezing up about? So what are you saying? What are you saying to her, the women?
Usually I just go up and I say excuse me, and I ask them what's their name, and I put my hand out and I say my name is my name is Ty, and I just say where are you from and everything. I don't know. I feel like maybe I said the wrong thing. It's the build up before it is what really kills me and throws off just the way I articulate myself. If that makes sense. Okay,
but what do you want to happen in the situation? What do you want? Why are you approaching her? What do you want her for?
Usually I just think they're pretty or whatever.
Yeah, but what do you want to date them? You want to have sex? What are you trying to do? What's the point of approaching them? Just to say
potentially hi? Date them.
Okay, and what do you want to do on a date?
I guess get to know them a little deeper.
For what? Why?
I guess potentially to have sex. I don't know.
But see, that's what I'm saying. You keep saying potentially. What I'm saying is, what do you don't even know what you want from the situation. That's why you can't talk to them.
Oh, man.
You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, you need to know what you want, and then therefore, based on what you want, that's what you say. That's where the conversation goes, right? All right, let me ask this: do you want those things, but you're scared to talk about it? You want to hook up with a girl or go on a date, but you're scared to ask them or say that?
Definitely.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So the fear is stopping you from saying what you actually want. right? So you have to basically be able to get over the fear and say what you want so that you can get feedback. You understand what I'm saying? Because right now you're trying to avoid rejection or avoid moments or situations that you may think is awkward or weird or whatever the fuck it is. But in order for you to make things happen, you have to put it out there for women to respond. Remember, women they're responding to you. They follow what you're doing. So you create the situation, they respond to the situation you created. So if you're not creating a situation for them to respond to, they have nothing to respond to, and therefore nothing's going to go down. You see what I'm saying? So, but what helps with this is practice. This is why I tell you guys, you have to go out there and practice. You got to go out there and have lots of conversations with lots of different women so that you can get comfortable saying what you need to say in order to get across the message that you want to get across.
How do you deal with when you go through like a repeated like cycle of like just denial? Like sometimes I feel like that's really what stopping me from even talking about like dating or hooking up or anything. Just like I don't know. I feel like it messed me up my confidence a little bit.
Well, what do you mean? What do you mean it messed up your confidence?
Like I used to, so for an example, like I used to approach a lot, and like this one time I approached and I just couldn't. It felt like I couldn't get a no.
Caller, you're free.
And then
hold on, wait, caller, your free call is over. You got free calls are one question. So this is what I need you to do.
I understand.
Yeah, hit me up on the back end because you definitely need some coaching, fam. Like for real. You know what I'm saying? Because you know you got to get to the point where you're able to get your point across, or this same issue is going to keep happening. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
All right, man. But I'll holler at you later, man. I appreciate the call. All right. So let me kill the phone lines and then see if there's any more questions, and we're gonna wrap it up. This says if I want a family but want to improve my approach with women while displaying who I am as a man, do I have to pick a side, or can I utilize what you and Miles teach for monogamous relationships? What are you talking about? What do you mean? If you want a family, you have to approve your approach. I'm confused. You have to call into the next show, man. I don't really know what you're saying specifically. How do you make a woman feel you give her that feeling to want to be around you? What is the thing? What happens is, and this is why I tell you guys, see, the questions you're asking only can be answered through the experience. So whatever I'm going to say right now is most likely not going to really make sense to you. But all I say is this: is that you're asking, how do you make a woman feel you give her that feeling, that feeling to want to be around you? What you got to understand is that women reflect the feeling that you have about yourself back to you. You understand? Meaning that you think you're the shit, you know you're the shit, you know you're valuable. The woman encounters you, experiences you, and then the energy she's giving back to you through her cooperation, through how she's talking to you, through how she's looking at you, through how she's smiling at you, blushing, through how she's touching you, through how she's, wanting to like get closer to you. All of those things are being shown, right? And what happens is that when it's shown, you're seeing through her the value you have in yourself, or in other words, right? You see how fly she sees you because you see yourself that fly in the first place. So you're just basically seeing her see what you see. You understand? That's what you guys got to understand. But again, you have to have the experience. You understand what I'm saying? To understand what the fuck I'm talking about. And every dude who has game knows what the fuck I'm talking about. Just like, for example, every dude who has game has been in a situation where a woman gives them that like, I'm falling in love with you look. You understand what I'm saying? So you gotta experience it to know it. You feel what I'm saying? Hold on, let me see. So what game do you possibly need when you're 6'8" and good looking and women approach you with no effort? I'll tell you. So first of all, if women are approaching you, like I said before, right? That means that they think you're approachable, which means that they think that you are not a man. I explained all this before. A woman should not be comfortable approaching you. You understand what I'm saying? And usually if a woman approaches you, she's approaching you with her agenda. Right? And so this is why you need game if women are approaching you like that, because they're going to approach you with their agenda, tell you what it is, because you don't have game, you're going to follow them. And then therefore you're going to have this type of energy towards the woman. Right? And meaning that they're going to run you in a lot of cases. See, a lot of y'all have this fantasy of, oh, I want the woman to approach me or give me the choosing signals and all that other stuff. Understand that a woman has to adhere to the man. You understand? Think about it this way. Right? Imagine you invited somebody to your house and they just, soon as they walked in, they walked to your fridge, took out some fucking lemonade, drunk it out the bottle, closed the shit back and put it into your fridge, sat on your couch and put their feet on your coffee table. You look at them like, what the fuck are you coming up in here doing this type of shit? Right? No. When people come to your house, you tell them what to do. You say, hey, take your shoes off here. Then you ask them, hey, would you like some juice or water, whatever it is? You go get it and you allow them to drink your shit. They don't just come and do whatever the fuck they want. That's how women are supposed to deal with you. Women aren't supposed to just come up to you, say what the fuck they want and do what the fuck they want in your presence. They're supposed to wait for you to give them the okay to do anything. You understand what I'm saying? So if they're dealing with you, they have to wait for you to give them the okay. You understand what I'm saying? If they don't, that's disrespect. You understand what I'm saying? It says, a better question is, does the Bad Boy membership and masculine identity membership work for monogamous relationships? Yes, absolutely. 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 But shit, it's getting late in this motherfucker. So guys, listen, make sure that you guys go to badboymembership.com, masculineidentitymembership.com, shoplocario.com, and cunninghamelements.com. You feel what I'm saying? Make sure you guys go do that and get that shit cracking. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for the Friday show. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it. That is pretty much it. And I will holler at you guys later. And remember, people, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone. I'm out. Yo, get on your grind, boy. Life is short, you ain't got time, boy. You fuck around, you watch your mind, boy. Tell me, is your life on the line, boy? Are you really out here living it up? Are you doing it or giving it up? What's the plan? Have you written it up? Keep it real while not giving a fuck. These cats, they be talking, but they don't be walking it. All of it's marketed, on again, off again. Nothing they're offering, unzip the cardigan. Went in it and gave me the cardigan. Then they start partying, these niggas ain't serious artists, and they ain't about their business. So I'm a mind bind. It's grind time. I said fine wine with a dime, 9 or 8. It's late, I gotta skate, cause this guy's high on dope, offering me coke, don't wanna try lines. Yo, get on your grind, boy. Get on your grind, boy. You ain't got time, boy. You ain't got time, boy. You must be out your mind, boy. Your life is on the line, boy. Yo, get on your grind, boy. Life is short, you ain't got time, boy. You fuck around, you watch your mind, boy. Tell me, is your life on the line, boy? Are you really out here living it up? Are you doing it or giving it up? What's the plan? Have you written it up? Keep Keep it real while not giving a fuck. Their time they just wasting it. Life is a test and I'm acing it. They talking shit, I take their shit and rubbing their face in it. They mad, they raising their voice, I tell them put some bass in it. They call me a nigga, I'm like, why you putting race in it? They mad I'm fucking they bitch and she says she like tasting it. They bitch be bitching to them, but when they with me, they submit. Y'all on that little boy shit, these niggas out here, they a bitch. These niggas ain't really gay, all they can say is hated it. Yo, get on your grind, boy. Get on your grind, boy. You ain't got time, boy. You ain't got time, boy. You must be out your mind, boy. Your life is on the line, boy. Yo, get on your grind, boy. Life is short, you ain't got time, boy. Fuck around, you out your mind, boy. Tell me, is your life on the line, boy? Are you really out here living it up? Are you doing it or giving it up? What's the plan? Have you written it up? Keep it real while not giving a fuck.